I was enjoying that though. That was like New Year's Eve in the Cantina
So,
Band world.
so I like doing that 30-second countdown before we come on. And the one yesterday, you're like, okay, who died? So I literally at 8:56, I went to YouTube, typed in 30-second countdown, found one, downloaded it, uploaded it. Did not know it had the 5-second tag at the end, so no, I wasn't ready to take
Now
it
you
off before
know.
then. But now I know. So, hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show, brought to you by Laughing Place. My name is Tubi Mosley, co-founder here at LP. Over there is Kyle Burbank, managing editor, and my good friend. And we are going to tell you what's going on since the last time you saw us about 24 hours ago today. If you want to participate, please do. We love to see the comments. So, hey, StreamYard, one of our most loyal viewers. LP Rebecca is here. Geo, Nikki B with the party time. So festive. Tuesday morning fever. All right, we just got some. Well, I guess it's breaking news. Should we lead with that? Should Tony be here to talk about this? Should I be getting Tony?
No,
No.
I,
Okay.
I, no.
Okay. Is it worthy of the da 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 da?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is it worthy of putting off the stock and
No.
weather? Okay, then
Did
let's
you see the
just
tag
go.
that says "not important at all" before I drop the link? That should be your first clue.
Oh, you know what? I actually missed that. Okay. Well, then let's just start the way we always do. The stock, Kyle. Yesterday, I believe it was 102 point something. What is it
I thought it was
today?
like 103 yesterday.
Oh, even better. All right. So
I'm
then
gonna
you know it's
say,
going to be down, right?
well, that's kind of what I figured is that after reaching such great heights,
Nope. In
it's
fact, it's
close.
close to the 103. So, way to go, Disney.
So it
Bob
closed
Iger.
at 102.97, but when we checked it yesterday, it was a little bit higher than that, I believe.
Okay, that's today. And I'm sorry, got so much going on here. Messages here. Okay, thank you, Tony. Weather.
Third time's the charm.
Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. Yesterday, I was criticized for my lack of material. Well, to those people I say, I've got nothing. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is looking at a partly overcast day with highs in the upper 60s. There's also a yellow flag on the Golden Zephyr Wind Index, so plan accordingly. Walt Disney World will be Doobie's pick of the day as they quote-unquote enjoy a high of 90 degrees and a low of 77. There will be partly cloudy skies, but the UV index will still hit extreme levels, so lather up that sunscreen. Wait, does sunscreen lather? I've never had to use it before, so I don't really know. Whatever, just wear the stuff. Castaway Cay's temperature will move just 4 degrees all day, going from the current 82 all the way down to 78 by midnight. It will be a bit breezy today, and yet the humidity will bring the real feel up closer to 90. Disneyland Paris is currently experiencing showers that will continue through most of the night. This will keep temperatures below 60. Tokyo will start tomorrow off with sunny skies before some cloud cover moves in. It will warm into the mid-70s before retreating into the 60s after dark. Shanghai will be fairly overcast tomorrow, briefly hitting a high of 73 before falling back down in the mid-ish afternoon. Lastly, Hong Kong will reach a high of 78 with breezy to windy conditions. Nevertheless, they'll stay in the upper 70s all day and night. And that's all for today's LP weather update. Be sure to stay tuned for Barely Necessities at 4 p.m. Pacific today and Disney Trivia Live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll see you there. Bye for now.
Thank you, Ethan, for the promos. That's really cool. Does he just get that straight from our schedule, or do you have to put that in?
I think he's able to pull that information. I mean, he knows by this point. Those are two most, aside from this show, our most standard appointment viewing.
All right, thank you, Ethan. All right, so we're gonna. Do we even need to talk about the breaking news? You said there's going to be news breaking at 9, and now I'm like,
Well,
where do we put this?
it's going to be something. Just let's talk about it.
Okay.
Uh,
Wait.
Breaking news: the Flower and Garden Festival has been going on for however many months now, and that Japanese garden didn't just pop up. Cast members had to help create it. So Disney Parks blog is giving us a behind the scenes look at how those cast members brought that Japanese garden to life, which is, by the way, if you have not seen it, it's probably one of the best parts of Flower and Garden. It's beautiful. It's very peaceful. You can just sit there and watch.
So sorry to interrupt you, but you talked about it being beautiful and peaceful. So let's put it on the screen on a video that just debuted on Laughing Place while you continue to talk about it.
Yeah, I was almost wondering if Tony's going to loop this and turn it into a serene LP experience. And yeah, this is true. Storms in Missouri City, Texas. I didn't know there was a Missouri. We have a Texas County, Missouri, so we got parallels.
I hope they're sister cities.
No, our sister cities are in Japan and Mexico. But anyway, yes, this is the Japanese garden. Tony had a chance to get a closer look at this morning, and you can as well as you visit Epcot during the International Flower and Garden Festival. Don't you know?
It's really cool. I whenever I pass by this, I definitely notice it and go over there and look at it for a while because it's got two things that you love. It's got water and it's got kinetic energy.
It's like a journey of water.
And it's got one thing that you hate, which are wind chimes, but that kind of gets overridden by the water and kinetic energy. So it's a very fun place to just sit and stare for a while, and would make a great Seren LP, Tony, which I'm sure he's way ahead of us on that. Exactly. Even Gio liked it. Gio, who does not slow down when he goes to the parks, says it was a nice, tranquil garden to watch for a bit with all the chaos going on around me, especially at Epcot in the afternoon. You know what I mean? You need some tranquility.
Rides aside, where does the Japan Pavilion rank for you?
For me, it's pretty low because I don't like shopping, and the highlight there is the giant store there.
The highlight is the food and the peaceful gardens and the shopping. But yeah,
I like the garden. Not only this one for Flower and Garden, food, whatever festival we're in, but also the permanent one that leads up to the quick service restaurant. It is beautiful. It's just there's so many cool ones out there. But I do love it. I love the
Little Museum's also a lot of fun.
There's a museum?
Yeah, dude, you should check it out sometime. I mean, they've had different themes over the years, but there's usually some
I
fun
remember
stuff in there.
They had it for baseball one time. I remember that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention all that, is much like the song yesterday, it is slowly rising up my rankings.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Japan Pavilion, but I'm also a big fan of Japan in general, so that probably taints it a bit.
It
Not
also has
taints
that
factors in it.
it has that cool effect. Does that thing have a name? The big red
The
character?
big red.
Outside of Japan, by the water, there's the big red thing that looks like a Japanese. Oh, come on, Kyle.
Like a
Don't leave me hanging
pagoda?
like this.
You're talking about
Yes, sure. Is that what it's called?
that? I think so. I think that's what you're
Okay.
talking about. Big
And then
red. That's sending
when
them
you
down.
when you look through it, you can see Spaceship Earth off in the distance behind it.
Oh no, the Torii Gate. Is what
The
you're
Torii
talking about.
Gate. See, I knew it had a name. The Torii Gate. And it's really
Take us
cool
there.
because I'm going to show a picture here. And you can see it here. Sorry. Oh my goodness, Doobie, I'm so bad at this. And you see how Spaceship Earth is really tiny back there. Yes, thank you. The Torii Gate, the Torii Gate, the Torii Gate. Thank you, everybody. But then as you get closer to it, Spaceship Earth gets much, much bigger, and all of a sudden it just fills the entire frame. Or maybe it's as you get further. No, it's as you get closer, of course. And it's a really cool effect. We did it one time on a live stream. Jeremiah showed me, and it's just kind of cool. So, yeah, I think this is probably my favorite pavilion of all the pavilions attractions.
Yeah, we're in agreement. I should join the debate team. We should have a debate segment on this show. Like we should plan it out. Like we used to do your argument is invalid. We should do live versions.
That's
like
a
once
great
week or
idea. I mean, we agree on everything, so I know that makes it tough, but that is a great idea.
something. We've disagreed about some things. Although, yeah, some of those your argument is invalid. It was a little bit of devil's advocacy.
I love being devil's advocates. I'm perfectly fine with that. We are adding that starting next week, debuting right here on this show. We need a name for it.
Your argument is invalid.
That's a good name for it. We've already used that one. I like it. You can even go read ones
Recycling.
from the past. Okay, so shortly after we went off the air yesterday, Disney World dropped some huge news. So we actually went back on for a special edition with Benji, and we talked about it at Parks Talk, but we're going to go over it just briefly here one more time. So really, 5 things. One, 2024 Walt Disney World vacation packages go on sale May 31st. And those
True.
vacation packages starting January 9th. That's when 2024 is considered to be starting at Walt Disney World. They work on their own schedule there. So starting May 31st, you can book a vacation package for 2024. And Kyle, how do you
Wouldn't they start
recommend
the
people?
calendar year late when they start the fiscal year in October? You think they'd have a good
That must be endlessly confusing. Oh, yeah, the Mrs. Celestino gate.
what were you
Tory
saying?
gate. How should people book their trip? Should they go to DisneyWorld.com? Should they call Walt Disney World Travel?
They
Is there a
should.
better
I would
way?
recommend them call Mouse Fan Travel, because they'll take care of them. They'll get them the latest discounts and the best packages. Go through all their options. Best of all, doesn't cost you anything extra, and they'll handle everything. If you need to make changes, they can handle that as well. Why wouldn't you have them do it for you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I want to ask people. I mean, maybe not Mouse Fan Travel, although they're the best, but I want to ask people who book directly, why do you not use a Disney travel agent? There is zero downside and pure upside. It's one of the mysteries of life. Okay, so the second thing, probably the biggest thing, is for people who buy what they call date-specific tickets, which is pretty much every ticket except annual passes and cast member tickets. There are a couple other minor exceptions that most people never even heard of. But for any ticket you buy as a part of your vacation package, or you're just walking up to go to Disney while you're there or whatever, it's called a date-specific ticket. Those tickets will no longer require theme park reservations, period. You've got this ticket that you bought, you go to the park. It's almost like it was for all eternity up until 2020. So, pretty exciting for most people. It does not affect annual pass holders. We still need to deal with reservations, but for anyone who just going there on vacation and buying a ticket while they're there, or buying a ticket as a part of their vacation package, no longer have to worry about reservations. Just show up, go to the park. Pretty cool.
According to our top stories, that is the third most important part of this.
Oh, okay, this is exciting. So that does not apply to annual pass holders. Annual pass holders still have to make reservations. However, starting on January 9th, all of this is starting January 9th of 2024.
No,
So if you
the
haven't,
good to go days just said in 2024. They didn't announce specific start date
Right.
or date.
okay. So if you have a date-specific ticket now, you still have to make a reservation. But starting January 9th, you no longer do. The good-to-go days, at some point in 2024, they're going to start announcing good-to-go days for annual pass holders. What that means is for whatever park is a good-to-go day, or whatever parks are good-to-go days that day, you no longer need a reservation at all. You can just go to the park on those days.
And that's in addition to the 2 p.m. rule on the other days where now you can go, except for Magic Kingdom on weekends. You can go to the parks at 2 p.m. after 2 p.m. without a reservation as an AP.
Exactly.
Blackout dates still apply. Even if it's a good to go day and your pass is blocked out for whatever reason, that doesn't mean you're good to go entirely.
That is an excellent point. Excellent point.
That was
Third
number
thing.
2.
That was
Second
number
most
2.
popular.
I know the most popular is going to be the Disney Dining Plan.
Yes.
The Disney Dining Plan is coming back, which I think is great news. If you watched Disney Parks Talk Live yesterday, Jeremiah became Seagull.
Livingston Seagull.
Exactly. But for a lot of Disney fans, that's great news. You will once again be able to buy a dining package. They've got 2 Disney dining packages available. The Disney Dining Package, which includes 1 table service and 1 counter service restaurant, and the Disney Dining Package, and the snack, and the non-alcoholic beverage.
And the mug.
And the refillable mug, which I didn't even know about. That's cool. And then they also have the counter service version, which is the same thing, except instead of 1 table service and 1 quick service, you get 2 quick service. So pricing has not been announced. They did make a point of saying you could save up to 20% on children's meals.
Yeah. They basically just say that it's you're prepaying for your meals. There might be some it depends on what you order. Like it's hard to say exactly how much you'll save because the credits only apply to certain meals, but they're a little bit of a range usually. So if you pick everything that's the most expensive, then you might save a bit. But yeah, it's mostly just the matter of prepaying and having having that figured out, not taking that
Right.
element out of it.
And a lot of people like to do that. If you don't, you don't have to. But if you do, it is coming back. And finally, one, two, three. Yeah, finally, they have said that they're still working out the details. They don't have a way to it. They're not announcing yet exactly how, but they are working on ways for guests to be able to both pre-purchase and it seems to indicate pre-select both Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lane prior to the way it is now, which is it's all done on the day of your park visit. So some of you old timers might remember my Disney Experience, my FastPass Plus. This is how it was, although it didn't cost anything. So now they seem to be going back to that way, but with the additional cost that Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lane is. So obviously those details are yet to come. We'll see exactly how it works, but it is always interesting when they go back and forth. People really want to pre-plan their vacation. People don't want to have to deal with pre-planning their vacation. People really want to pre-plan their vacation. So we seem to be back in the pre-planning phase of
Do you think
Walt Disney World.
So at Disneyland, you cannot pre-select your things, but you can pre-purchase Genie Plus at the time you buy your ticket, and it's a fixed cost. It's the lowest cost it's ever going to be. And then if you buy it the day of, then it fluctuates. Do you think if you do have the ability to pick in ahead of time, do you think it will be just the standard rate and it'll be date-based? Do you think there'll be a premium, or do you think it'll be a discount to do that?
I think it'll be like Disneyland, where it is the lowest it could possibly be. It may end up being a discount, or it may not, depending on what day it is. But that's my prediction.
Because I wondered if they do almost like, you can, if you want to select your things ahead of time, then you pay extra to do that.
Man, I can't see them doing that. Since Iger's come back, they have cut back on the nickel and diming. I would be shocked if they take this as an opportunity to, you want to book them early, we're going to charge you a little bit more. I think it's going to be a perk
You
for
want to
Disney.
sleep in?
I think it's going to be a perk for Disney Resort guests. I would not be surprised if it's not available to non-resort guests.
That's a good point.
Get this taken care of ahead of time. And then they'll just shove that extra perk.
But then the thing that they'd have to be careful of then is I wonder if they'd partition the number of reservations, Genie Plus reservations that are available to those people so that you still have some on the day of, or is it going to be like the Fast Pass Plus days where the people arriving the day of that aren't staying on thing have, well, guess we're not doing Frozen and I can get a, Spaceship Earth at 7 p.m. tonight.
I don't know the answer to that, obviously. I have as a guy that hardly ever stays on property, I usually stay with family when I go there. I don't have a problem with them giving the perks to the people who pay to stay on property. They pay
to stay on property and then pay more to buy Genie Plus.
They pay a big premium to stay on property. If you want to make sure they're able to get their Genie Plus at the expense of those who don't, or the annual pass holders or whoever else, I have no problem with that. That's life. That's capitalism. You pay more, you get more. I don't have a problem with that. So shoot me. All right. Moving right along, we've got some food stuff to talk about. We have a Mother's Day foodie guide. We're going to save that one until Rebecca's able to join us, hopefully tomorrow. But we do want to talk about some new foodie stuff coming to Space 220, the really awesome, fun, cool restaurant at Walt Disney World's Epcot Center.
Do we get a segment bumper for this, or is that only for when Rebecca's here?
I think it's worth a segment bumper because why not?
And now, joining the show is someone.
I'm going to learn that bass line, I swear. I'm not going to play it well, but I'm going to learn it.
I can't believe that's not you playing that, because I know you're a talented musician. Or at least a musician. I'm not sure how talented you are, but I know you're a musician. You're talented at everything else. I assume you are at that too. All right, here's Space 220. Pretty awesome restaurant. Fairly new at Epcot. Eating there. Fun place to eat. Not cheap. So they have some new menu items coming. They have some new appetizers. Seafood. I'm gonna read these, Kyle, and then you're going to tell me yay, nay, or some other.
Well, you already said seafood, so racing for a thumbs down.
Seafood cannoli rockets, shrimp, scallop, snapper, saffron cream sauce, salmon, caviar, chives. No,
but I do think it's funny that while you're staring at the world's oceans, you can eat the bountiful harvest from those oceans.
It's a circle of life. The Neptuna tartar, sushi grade yellowfin tuna, avocado crema, mango coulis, edamame wonton crisp, yazoo dressing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Roasted asparagus soup, jumbo lump crab meat. That really should be in the title. Roasted poblano and red pepper, citrus chili oil, crouton. As a vegetarian, I do not like when they call something roasted asparagus soup and then put crab meat as the first ingredient.
You can probably
All right. How about some entrees?
Okay, let's do it.
Tomahawk pork chop. You can guess what that is. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good. Depending, it wouldn't be my first choice, but
A 16-ounce pork chop. That sounds like a lot of food. Does
that
include
is
the bone?
That's way too much. Well, yeah, it probably does include the bone, but that's a lot.
Pan roasted swordfish ciocchini, shrimp, clams, mussels, seafood broth, toasted garlic bread.
No, they're really going all in on the seafood here, aren't they?
They are. All right, here are the desserts. Hopefully some of these get you. The vanilla bean Greek yogurt parfait.
Maybe. I mean, I prefer ice cream to like yogurt. The Greek yogurt. It's going to be very, but yeah.
The cosmic cupcake, chocolate vegan devil's food cake topped with vanilla frosting and galactic sprinkles.
So it's a cosmic brownie, but vegan and in a cupcake form. Yeah, I'd try it.
All right, here's the fun one. This is also on the kids menu. The Fruity Pebbles cereal rocket pop. Fruity Pebbles marshmallow chocolate rocket.
Chocolate rocket? Yeah, Fruity Pebbles are. So I have to admit something.
Okay.
I used to rank the cereals: Fruity Pebbles, Trix, Fruit Loops, and Becca was just the opposite. And long time point of contention. But then the last time I got Fruity Pebbles, disappointing. I think Trix moves into number one. I do really like Fruity Pebbles on like donuts though. We have a place that does like a vanilla frosting and Fruity Pebbles, but on their own, like there's something that's just off about them. So that was a disappointing realization after all these years of me pebbling pedals or peddling pebbles.
I want to know why. Can you perhaps on one of our upcoming shows have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles with you and we can go through
I think just because they're so thin, like they just kind of, the flavor kind of lacks sometimes. You just end up with like cardboard.
I like the way they really absorb the milk. They're almost like a sponge.
See, I eat dry cereal though. You forget this weirdness about me is that I only eat dry cereal, so that's probably also a factor. Although the thing about Trix is they used to be shaped like the fruit, or not like the fruit, but like fruits and stuff. Now they're just all like little balls. So I don't know if that can really count either.
Are you sure?
They might have gone back,
being shaped like the fruit. I thought Trix was always just a little ball.
No.
Really? I'm not so. So does Becca also eat cereal dry?
She doesn't really have cereal all that often, but she'll eat it with milk.
Wow, that's so.
She's more of an oatmeal person, which I don't do oatmeal.
You don't do anything.
Basically, that's why I titled this segment the way that I did.
Rebecca makes an excellent point. I am not a fan of sushi when I am landlocked. Not sure 220 miles from the nearest ocean makes it appealing. Can you really call it fresh sushi when it had to travel 220 miles to get to you? I don't think so. Unless they're growing it up there.
I mean, 220 miles is not that far. But I mean, if
you
travel, straight up. But like, if you were driving in a car, but this is a rocket, so you could grab the net and then just take off and bring it straight up. It seems like that wouldn't take that long. I mean, you get there from Earth in how long in the little elevator thing, right?
Yeah, I wonder how. I feel like there's teleportation involved in that because there's no way you can go 220 miles that fast.
Well, it's new technology, doobie. It's a great big beautiful tomorrow.
Rich Ostry from MEI Travel. I was going to tell people if they want to book these new trips to contact you, but then you had to throw in that you're a dry cereal fan. I no longer trust you, Rich. So contact Mouse Fan Travel. Tell them anybody but Rich is who you want for your travel agent. Someone preferably who likes milk in their cereal. Gio agrees with me that Trix has always been balls. It's never been shaped like fruit.
No, it has been shaped like fruit. It might have been balls, fruit, back to balls, but there was definitely fruit.
We're going to need some
I'm
proof
gonna
here,
find
Kyle.
photos and send it to Doobie.
We're going to need some proof here. I don't
First photo I
believe,
look up.
That is the...
And
Oh,
actually,
my
it looks like they might
goodness.
be back to fruit, so maybe
Rebecca
they've been
has
listening
sent
to
me
my emails.
Rebecca has just sent me a picture. I don't like it when my wife proves me wrong, but truth comes first. Share this tab instead. Tricks.
See, that's
can
what
be
I'm
shaped
familiar
like a
with.
fruit.
They might have gone back to this, however, whenever. I had to check the Wikipedia. I'm going to have to read up on the history of Trick cereal.
So put that in articles to do, the history of Trick cereal, and we can read that later on LP.
2017
Fine
is
from
when it
Disney
came
anyway.
back.
Wow. Geo,
So,
TIL, TWL. All right, we're going to
must have
move
been
on.
a special edition thing then. Okay. Like Oops All Berries. That's how special.
Because we can't be wrong. Electric Mayhem tomorrow. Kyle, I know you're a big fan of vinyl.
Yeah, so they revealed the cover of the vinyl that's going to be available, and it's also available for pre-order right now. Looks very cool. Looks like what you'd expect from Electric Mayhem, being like 70s rock inspired.
Very, very psychedelic, and you know where I'm going with this. Also, Adam F. Goldberg, the F stands for don't forget to include that middle initial, had this very intriguing tweet. Marvel started the MCU with Iron Man. The plan is for the Mayhem to spark an epic Muppet verse. So I need your thoughts on what Muppets deserve to get their own series. What do you think about the new MCU Muppet Cinematic Universe, Kyle?
I think it makes sense, especially on like a Disney Plus.
So
But
what...
Disney Plus is also changing, so who knows?
You're a big Muppets fan. What Muppet characters, aside from the biggies, do you think would make good subjects for MCU?
Pigs in Space.
Oh my goodness, Pigs in Space. Going back to go forward. They are funny. Gideon had his Muppet show phase, and he showed me a lot of Pigs in Space. That was fun.
Yeah, but they could do it, slightly more serious. They could do the whole bit where like that's like a Galaxy Quest sort of a thing, where that's the thing that they play on TV, but then they get sucked into like a real world situation of that sort. I don't know.
You've been thinking about this. You should contact Adam. From 1991 to 2007 was the original fruit shape phase before the recent limited edition offer. So up until so I would have stopped eating Trix by 1991. For 18 years, they made them fruit shaped, and I had no idea. Wow. All right.
I mean, that is prime Trix eating period for me.
Because you're young. We were talking about 1986 yesterday, and you said you were 2. Oh, you were born? Yeah. Kid. All right. So
I have a less than fun fact. I was born in January 24th, 1986. Becca was born February 11, 1986. And so it's weird that we were born 18 days apart, but in between our two births was a monumental, tragic event that I was out for and she was not. Challenge.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. You want to introduce the clip we're about to play?
Yeah, so our Canadian buddy, Bill Gousel, got to interview Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. And I thought this was a really fun interview. He got to talk to them. And, we all know how the Muppets work. I think you'll be impressed with how this interview goes, given that.
It's 5 minutes. We're just going to go ahead and play it here. We'll be back right after.
Hey. I'm Bill from Laughing Place.
Hey, Bill. How you doing, man?
How's it going?
Good. We're doing good.
Well, congratulations on the show, everybody. It was phenomenal. It was the best time ever. I was blown away, and I got to ask you, everybody, and thank you very much for taking the time here. How does it feel to have the spotlight on the band? You're front and center, and the other Muppets are not part of the story. Were you nervous at all?
Not nervous. No. It feels pretty good to be center stage, I'm going to say.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
say it.
Yeah, say it.
I
Do
just
it.
did.
Yeah, it was a little strange not having like Kermit and Fozzie and Gonzo around, but you know, it was okay.
Come to think of it, where were our boisterous buddies?
Oh,
that was in the bundle.
Oh,
yeah, remember that?
of course.
Point.
Well, I'd answer the question.
Well, and I guess, you guys have been on the road for so long and you spend so much time on that bus. And what's it like traveling around on that bus? Do you guys ever get into arguments with each other? How do you settle disputes when you're out on the road?
Well, I mean, most definitely we get annoyed with each other, right?
Yeah, sure, it's gonna
And
happen.
we're all musicians. We aren't always in harmony, though.
Yeah, but no matter what, we always find a way to become like Zen again.
Mhm.
Yoga, acupuncture, herbal tea ceremonies.
And we wouldn't trade traveling for anything. Trotting around the big blue marble has exposed us to some majorly mind-blowing music and some exceptionally out there people.
Yeah. They're even more out there than we are, which is saying something, if you know what I mean.
Wow, really?
Well, Dr. Teeth, I guess this is a question for you. Why are you the one always driving the bus? How come no one else has ever driven the bus?
Well, it's true. I'm the most vehicularly inclined. I'm not the only one who drives, though. Anybody can.
Drive bus? Oh, no.
I've driven bus. No. Almost there.
No.
There he goes.
Wow.
Let's go out.
There we go. No break.
Let's go outside. Sorry, but next question.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I guess back to the show. As I watched all the episodes, I felt this wonder and joy. Like every episode, it just made me happy. And I guess you as a band come across as a family. And what do you hope viewers are going to take away from watching the Muppets Mayhem? What are you hoping that they're going to feel, or where they're hoping to be inspired by?
Well, that's a nice question. I guess I hope they precisely take that. We're a family. Yeah, we may be a little freakier and a lot louder than the typical brood, but we're kith and kin all the way through.
Wow, and I hope everyone sees like how much we like put into our music, It takes like everything we've got, but it's like totally worth it.
Yeah. I also hope that everybody who watches the show walks away with at least one song that's just stuck there in the head. You got to move those albums, you dig?
Shell. Yeah. We like to also kith kin. Come here.
What?
Let me give you a kiss.
Me?
Mwah.
Thank you.
Yeah, come here, you. Come here. Give me a little. Mwah.
That's nice.
Isn't that lovely?
It's really nice.
We kiss our kin.
Having watched all the episodes, I assure you, everyone will be coming away singing at least one of those songs stuck in their head.
Yeah,
Rock on. Beautiful song. Thank you so much. It's just a great pleasure to be able to sit here and have a chat with you. Good luck with the show. I'm looking forward to everyone else being able to see it. It was one of the best rock concerts I've ever been to ever. So
wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right on.
Take care, Electric Mayhem. Good luck.
Thank you, my friend.
Rock on.
You're muted. I realized while watching that I didn't upload the version I intended to, but that is okay. What happened was they gave us the close-ups, so I had like kind of alternated between like the full screen Muppets and then the 2-screen, but I made an editing error at the beginning, but I'd already moved on to the next. Anyway, I accidentally deleted the part where I had the close-ups, but that's okay. It's still just as enjoyable.
Okay. So if you would like to work someplace where mistakes are okay, send us a resume at resumes@laughingplace.com and we will consider you. If you're too good, if you don't make mistakes, you're coming to the wrong place. All right. Yesterday, many critics got to see for the first time The Little Mermaid, the live action film starring Haley, goodness, Doobie, how pathetic are you?
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Right.
I just could not get this right. I interviewed her at the Disney Dreamers Academy. Her name was constantly there, and I just could not get the name right. Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey is the star of this new film, and a lot of critics got to see it. We got some social reactions yesterday, but before we get to those social reactions, let's take a look at a really cool moment where one mermaid met another on the blue carpet. Let me.
Because they had, swim.
It's funny. I said blue carpet before I even knew it was a blue carpet because I've done enough of these that that's what Disney's gonna do. Here they go. This is Jodie Benson and Halle Bailey.
Ask them my questions.
Avoid the copyright today. We haven't done anything else to earn it. This is such a cool moment.
That is fun.
That is beautiful. And look at her. Jodie's just talking away. Jodie is encouraged. I know a little bit about Jodie Benson and her story and all that. And she is just encouraging her and praising her like crazy. And that's a moment that gives you the feels. It does. So it's not cringe at all. All right. So
You didn't even need to do that. See, you like it.
So the movie got viewed by a bunch of critics. Social reactions happened. We have a social reaction article on our site you can go check out. But I collected
social
a bunch on my
reaction
own.
turned to an Alex Q&A session over on our Twitter.
Did it really? I didn't.
People are asking all sorts of things. He's answering questions about the movie. He's reacting
That's
in many
cool.
ways.
All right. Yeah, I see now. Okay, let me just make sure there's nothing here untoward, and we'll read those while we're here. Okay, so we're going to start with our own Alex Rife, who saw the film yesterday. You know what was weird about these social reactions? I don't recall in previous social reactions where every single person that tweeted a reaction included a GIF of the film. Is that happening because of the hashtag, or did they just tell them, "Hey guys, put a GIF"?
They
in
might
there?
have put out these GIFs ahead of time because, that's the thing is having it available. They can't make them on their own. Well, I guess they can from the trailer and stuff. But this one's branded and everything. So yeah, they might have had it available.
They told them to use it. Every single tweet includes a GIF. So it's like either they told them to use it or it's just happening automatically with a hashtag, another new Twitter feature. Anyway, our own Alex Rife said, "The Little Mermaid works best." Let's make this a little bigger. You guys can read along with me. When The Little Mermaid works best when it's allowed to be original, which is often enough to keep the film feeling fresh. There are a few fun Easter eggs for diehard Disney fans, and the biggest scene stealer, surprisingly, is Awkwafina as Scuttle. So,
Future Disney legend Awkwafina.
She's getting there. Yeah, I know it gets more attention. I realize the positive thing of doing a GIF, but when every single one does it, there's something more there.
If everyone is special, then no one is special.
So he got asked a couple of questions. Do we get a scene of Ursula in the mirror when she's Vanessa? If so, how was it? And he says, yes, it's done slightly different, but it's fun and chilling, as was the animated classic. And an ad for a car. And did they include Vanessa's song? It's missing off the track list. The lyrics aren't there, but Vanessa hums Poor Unfortunate Souls in a sequence that has the same effect. I imagine that's why it's not listed on the soundtrack. And then someone asked about Ariel's sisters. I was expecting the sisters to have a bigger role. They're basically there to show what Ariel's life would be like if she stayed under the sea. They're also adults, whereas the animated sisters felt like fellow teens, so they seem to be less close. So thank you, Alex, for giving us a little bit more info on The Little Mermaid. Before I go into other people's opinions, Kyle, I'm curious what you anticipated social reaction to be. That'll be the name of our debate segment. OPO, other people's opinions. What did you anticipate the social reaction to be?
So they always skew more positive than the final reviews. So I assume most people would say something like, even if it's backhanded compliments, but they still have something nice to say. That's usually the way it goes. Like you'll have a couple people be like, yeah, this one just didn't work for me, or yeah, another low. But typically there's like, that was fun.
Okay.
Just either middling to positive.
My anticipation was middling to negative because, I mean, I'll be honest, I expected this movie to be pretty bad. Like my prediction with the Rotten Tomatoes on this would be like, in the 40s or something. So I'm not going to tell you with the socials that we've got a few more of these to read, so you guys can get it for yourself. But that's what I expected from the social. Let's find out what we actually got. So this one is from Simon Thompson. Endearing but uneven. The Little Mermaid doesn't deliver the magic of the animated classic, but there are plenty of creative touches from Rob Marshall to float the audience's boat. Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy are great. Daveed Diggs from Hamilton and Awkwafina provide solid comic relief. So I would put that in the tepid positive category. Kirsten, Little Mermaid is filled with a few great performances from Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy, but it's a mostly paint-by-numbers remake that isn't as good as the animated masterpiece. So that would be middling to negative. Jermaine Lucier, which is a name I actually know. He's on it often as a guest on my favorite movie podcast. It's real simple. Are you excited for The Little Mermaid? You'll like it. It's exactly what you think it is. Are you skeptical and worried about it? That's valid too. It looks weird and disjointed. Bailey is great. McCarthy rules. The songs work, but it just feels so unnecessary. So it looks like McCarthy is getting a lot of praise, which I think we anticipated that she was going to become the breakout from this, although the Awkwafina praise is not one I anticipated. Matt Neglia, it may look visually rough under the sea, but The Little Mermaid eventually recreates some of the original's magic through its timeless story and cast. Daveed Diggs and Melissa McCarthy are highlights, but Halle Bailey is the one astonishes with her gorgeous singing and empathetic charm. And in reading these, that's something I have seen pretty universally as praise for Halle Bailey.
It's not a gift, by the way. There was a couple others that weren't gifts either. The last one was.
But they all have media. That's not.
Yeah,
normal.
no, they usually have, people usually put media in it.
But not always. I'm telling you, I do these social things. All right. Anyway, we're not going to argue because this will be our next OPO. Is rather social reactions always include media. Zoe Rose Brandt, Little Mermaid is a live-action remake that retains the heart and soul of the story we know and love, and it's elevated even further by a note-perfect star-making performance from Halle Bailey. She was born to be on the big screen, and she's why this new take is worth watching. So more incredible Halle Bailey praise. It is interesting, I think, that those who have talked about the visuals, it has been a negative. No one has said how I don't think anyone has said how visually stunning it is.
Yeah. I just realized how much harder putting these together must be now that the verification rules have completely changed.
That's true. Kathy Woods, and thank you for Luke for doing an article late last night. Little Mermaid is a tribute to all little girls to dream big. Halle Bailey is sheer magic, and Daveed Diggs a delight as Sebastian. This sounds like one of those fluff social reactions that you kind of expect. Eric Davis is an interesting one because he extremely positive, one of the better live action adaptations. Bailey pours incredible emotion into Ariel, and I got chills watching her while Melissa McCarthy's Ursula and Daveed Diggs Sebastian still scenes all day. So I don't have a lot of interest in seeing this movie, but hearing all this Melissa McCarthy and Daveed Diggs praise, I kind of want to see it just for those two performances. So it is now tepidly on my list. Although this one, see, Melissa McCarthy plays Ursula, right?
Yeah.
So this one says, The Little Mermaid makes it pretty close to being the best live-action Disney movie. However, it still struggles in the villain department. Halle Bailey is Ariel, and I had literal chills throughout her performance. This is a Little Mermaid retelling like you've never seen before. So, and they went with the 4 images, or at least, is this 4 images? Yeah, they went with the 4 images. Here, let's see. Oh, and then this one went with the self-image from the world premiere. How about that?
See, that I appreciate that. I mean, she could have green screened that and photoshopped herself, but no proof that she actually did see the movie.
Which is interesting because I was just talking about the visuals. Sarah Scoop just watched The Little Mermaid at the premiere, and it was everything I hoped for and more. The cast was phenomenal, and the visuals were breathtaking.
Really bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, as we know from Seinfeld, breathtaking can go either way. Just check here. Big Gold Belt Media, which I think they're one of the premier outlets out there. Disney's Little Mermaid is so good. Halle Bailey's musical performance is sure to give you chills. Without a doubt, this film is magical, hitting all the nostalgia with the classic songs. Cannot wait. So, yeah, the reviews are positive. All right, let's read one. Let's read one, a contrary one, just to give equal time. This is from Scott Menzel. It brings me no joy to report that The Little Mermaid is very mediocre. While the music is still great, minus 2 of the new songs, this live-action version lacks Disney's magic. The performances are fine with Melissa McCarthy McCarthy being the standout. The iconic sea characters like Flounder and Sebastian just didn't work for me at all, and don't get me started on Aquafina Escuttle. In terms of look, the color temperature and lighting drove me absolutely nuts pretty much throughout. Too much of the film is dark and murky. Also, there was far too much CGI, and most of the underwater scenes just looked bad. That said, the under the sea scene is great, and the film as a whole is a big step up from the live action The Lion King, which is a pretty low bar.
Dark and murky is kind of what you were saying about the kiss the girl scene, which they depicted in the media that they attached to this tweet. I don't know if that's a new thing or something where people attach media to their tweets as their reactions. But yeah.
Is this a new thing? This seems like a little more than 240 characters. This is a long tweet.
Well, I think it's a Twitter blue. It could be a Twitter blue thing.
So that is The Little Mermaid, which hits theaters
soon
on May 26th, which is just about 3 weeks away. Curious if you guys are excited for this, and really looking forward to the Rotten Tomatoes. I want to do this again once some full reviews are out. And of course, we'll do some box office predictions. This has the potential to be the #1 summer movie, in my opinion. I think looking for these tweets, I saw a ton. I was just looking at the hashtag. People are extremely excited for this movie, especially younger people. I think this has the potential to be huge, like Beauty and the Beast level live action huge. I think it does. So we shall see. I think that's pretty much it for today's show, except for a very oh no, how could I forget?
I don't know. How could you?
We have very sad news. I mean, it's not breaking news, but we knew this day was coming, and the day is finally here. I'm not sure, Rebecca, if you're still out there, my wife Rebecca, did you hear this news today that Poseidon Fury at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure is
you could have segued from Little Mermaid to Poseidon.
They both have tridents too. That's really sad.
Well, Triton to Poseidon, they're the same, but just in different mythology.
But yeah, like I said, Rebecca, I'm not sure if you heard, but today is the final day for Poseidon's Fury at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, one of my son's favorite attractions. I am sad for him. I am happy that I won't have to ever experience it again. Not that I don't like it, but once or twice is enough. So if you're out at Universal today, make sure you get your last ride in. I did see a tweet indicating that they are actually handing out wristbands. They're actually handing out wristbands for the final show, because it's a show that runs throughout the day. Oh, wait. Rebecca is sad for me as he woke me up early this morning to remind me. Yeah, I was there when that happened.
It's not Christmas.
So they're handing out wristbands for the final one of the day. So apparently if you don't have a wristband, you don't get to see it, but you can still see it throughout the day. It's you can watch it on YouTube if you've never seen it. It's a different kind of show. It's got the famous water tunnel. It's unique. I definitely appreciate it for its uniqueness, but once is enough. So, Tony has texted me. Did he say something important? Okay. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Transitioning to Tony text has broken your audio, so I hope it was worth it.
Sorry. This is so funny. Okay, social media is hilarious. This is from Orlando International Airport, their official social media account. Having some fun. Walked into the main terminal this morning just to see this. And then Rock'em Socks comes in. We're experiencing something similar at the moment. Not sure what to do. And this is the famed water tunnel.
3 microwaves.
Social media is awesome. Are they for sale? No. Yeah, you're right. That's that's a very simple thing a company could do to make their employees happy. Is have more than one microwave. Because it's a pain in the butt. You only have so much time for lunch. You go in there to make your lunch, and there's something already in the microwave. And then it's like the dryer thing. If it dings, are you allowed to take it out, or do you have to wait until they coming back, and then you take it out, and then they get mad? You touch my food, especially in this day and age. So just have 2 microwaves. Solve so many problems. They cost like $30 now.
Yeah.
Right. Apparently, wristband distribution is done. So if you don't have one now, you probably are not seeing the final show of the day. Kyle, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
First of all, that's some bad news. We only have one This Day in History today.
Oh,
One.
can we make it last for 9 minutes?
Okay, I'm just not going to tell you. You're just going to have to guess. Who was born on this day in 1949?
1949. So they're what, like 50? No, I have no idea. Can I have a hint? Can I use a lifeline?
They only have one Disney credit as far as I know, but outside of Disney, they're huge.
So it could be anybody.
It can be Aquafina.
It could be Aquafina. I don't think she's 70 something though.
She has more than one Disney credit. The credit is for an animated feature for whom he did an important voice and sang an important song because he is known as a singer.
Billy Joel.
You nailed it. How did you come up with that?
Because you just mentioned the song. That's like, I'm like, okay, a singer in a Disney movie, and that would not be like 90. Yeah.
That's impressive that you got Billy Joel. So, this is a
I
good
really
picture
like
of Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. I know he has like a weird reputation as being like cheesy or whatever, but I think he's got some really good albums. I like 52nd Street. A Stranger has some good songs on it, but I think my favorite's probably Glass Houses. It's got kind of like some new wave inspired songs on it, stuff like that.
Your music, your knowledge on these things always blows me away. My favorite song from Billy Joel is Uptown Girl because the video has Christy Brinkley in it, and Christy Brinkley. So
yeah, fair enough.
Uptown Girl, that was a thing back in the early 80s. Billy Joel.
That whole album is supposed to be. That one is specifically supposed to be like an homage to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, but all of those songs on that album are supposed to be like honoring the music that he grew up with in the 60s.
You're just doing this off the top of your head, aren't you?
Yes.
Never cease to amaze me, Kyle. Wait about a month and I'd say, oh, Mom's birthday is coming up. Was she also born in 1949? I wonder. So you got to let me know so we can include her in This Day in Disney History. We should have started including people we know's birthdays in This Day in Disney History. Why should Benji be special? 7 minutes. I don't know if we can make this hang on for 7 minutes.
Let me take a look at the site and see what we have.
It was a pretty quiet 24 hours.
Aside from having to write, whenever you see 4 articles by Kyle Burbank in a day, something is weird. Now that we're using bylines on our news, you can gauge these sort of things.
The red carpet was yesterday for the Little Mermaid. We showed you the meeting of the princesses, the blue carpet. That article did very well for us.
Yeah, that was the HSN Plus, I think, is they did like a shopping event on HSN Plus.
I can't believe I didn't include this item. Excuse me for not including this, but we're going to include it now as I wait for the page to load.
I have a question for you in the meantime. Did you buy our tickets for Across the Spider-Verse?
No interest. I never saw the original.
You should probably do that.
I hear it's great. I love the song from it, though.
Sunflower?
Yes, that is like one of my favorite songs. But I've not seen the movie. Oh man, this page won't load for me. This is not good.
Yeah, it's going slow.
You can't load pages either?
Not quickly. I got to the homepage. Let me see if anything's happened on the tweeters quite yet. Post the same actor in 2 roles that... This is just kind of fun for no reason. I don't understand why they're tweeting it now, but I enjoy it. Oh yeah, Becca's. I won't spoil it. Go ahead and John.
Go for it, Kyle.
Yeah, so these are some Encanto themed shoes that Becca got from our friends at fun.com, and she reviewed them, giving them a shot. I think they're a lot of fun. Like they're very colorful, and it's funny. It's weird to call them subtle. They're subtly Encanto. They're not subtle otherwise, because obviously they're bright, whatever color that is. And they say magical, but most people aren't going to be staring at your shoes and reading them. So yeah, you could see what she thought of them, but I think they're pretty fun, and they're slip-ons, which is a plus for me. And that's our count.
Will you be wearing them too?
They are way too small for me. So no. We have different size feet, my wife and I. I don't know if you can believe that. We wear the same size like shirts, like we share Roosevelt.
I know.
Stuff like that. But shoes, not so much.
Okay. So this is what you just sent me. Post the same actor in 2 roles that shows their range. Walt Disney. Don't think of him as an actor, but he probably has a ton of acting, or at least on-screen credits, doesn't he?
And Oscars.
And, well, of course, Oscars, but I don't think he has any on-screen Oscars.
Do you also see there's a new ranked yesterday, as expected?
So he ranked the coasters of what location?
This is Parc Asterix in France, located just a little bit north of Charles de Gaulle International Airport. And it's themed to the comic book Asterix, which Luke had no familiarity with. And I don't really either, except that I've seen ads for it when we go to France. And then also the character does look somewhat familiar. He's kind of got like a Greek helmet. And so there's a lot of Greek theming to this location. But yeah, he went through all of them, including he got lucky. They just opened a new coaster about a month ago that he got to experience. You'll have to see where that one landed on his list.
Yeah, I'm not going to run the list for you because I know you're all very anxious to hear.
But that one, the one that goes like under like a little bridge thing, this is kind of cool. He shot some short videos that he included in the thing too. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You dip under there, and presumably this is a hanging coaster, so you get pretty close to the water there, I would assume.
Benji was here. Gio says Asterix at one point had a tune on Disney Channel way back when, if I remember correctly. Oh,
there you go.
Disney connection. Wow. Cool. So you can check out that ranked. I will even give you the link right here. And see what Luke does best, rank coasters and talk about Doctor Who. Everyone needs a specialty in life.
Exactly. We got a couple more minutes until the top of the hour. Formula One's Miami GP draws the second largest U.S. live F1 TV audience on record. So congratulations to ESPN on that.
I was reading about that yesterday. Apparently the pre-show or the intro, the driver intro and all that was just so over the top with LL Cool J and I think Pitbull, and like some of the drivers were like, "This, we got to race at some point."
Do you know what LL stands for?
Ladies Love.
Exactly.
There you go. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did, because it's an 80s thing.
It's an 80s thing. That's why I know. From the 80s.
We have a new Universal Orlando Resort deal coming up.
Do we?
Get 3 days free with a 2-park 2-day ticket. That sounds a lot.
That's quite a. This is what they have to do now that there's no more Poseidon's Fury to draw people in.
Yeah. We'll have more information about that offer on our site shortly. But yeah, 5 days of access to Universal Studios Florida and Universal Islands of Adventure with the purchase of a 2-day base or park-to-park ticket. I'm sure there are special dates this applies to as I scan as quickly as I can to try to find those for you.
Hey, I got to show this while you're doing that, because we were talking about Little Mermaid and Daveed Diggs and how much I'm looking forward to seeing him. So let's show him at the premiere yesterday. There's the man, Thomas Jefferson himself.
Did he show up late and ask what he missed?
Do you know who this is? You know faces better than me.
That's Awkwafina.
Okay. I was going to guess that, but I sure didn't want to guess wrong. So.
Well, you could have said Dasani.
Touche. All right, it is 10 o'clock. Anything drop?
Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff. No one knows if it's actually important or not. Friends from First Wave. Okay, that's not a thing. We already knew that.
Did you know all the episodes from Mandalorian are now streaming on Disney Plus?
I was about to tell you the same thing. Weird how that works. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything just yet. Let me just refresh the what was I going to go to? Disney Parks blog, see if they dropped anything on this this fine day. But otherwise, I think we're about ready to wrap it up, Doobie, if you want to do the plugs while
It's what Disney Animation, their 10 a.m. tweet today.
Yeah.
Friends from First Wave. Very cute. Thank you, Disney
Cute,
Animation.
don't do anything for us.
All right. So you think we're done?
I think it's a day.